Hello, and welcome to Preparing to Survive and Thrive Homesteading Channel Charlie B. So, what are we up to tonight? Well, we're going to answer that age-old question. What's for dinner? So today I'm going to be doing lamb chop, scalloped potatoes, and a veggie. I haven't figured out the veggie yet, but we'll find out. So come with me, and we're going to start off with the potatoes. Let you know a little update. We are actually going to be doing the lamb chops on the grill. So I've got to figure out exactly how I'm going to make them. So follow along and we're going to get right to it. Okay, so first on our list, we're going to do scalloped potatoes. Now, scalloped potatoes is very, very simple to make. And all I need is the salt and pepper that I left over there. So with scalloped potatoes, I am going to use the potatoes, of course. I used about 5 very large potatoes. And I didn't even bother peeling them. I just cut them up, washed them, and I'm putting them in a bowl. An oven-safe bowl, that is. Our next item is going to be I'm going to start off with a 1/2 cup of milk, and then I'm going to go from there because normally I don't measure. I just kind of pour. Now, these are going to bake in their own juices with their milk. And next item up will be, and this is to your taste, some onion flakes. I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup of onion flakes are in here. We're going to do some sprinkles of garlic powder. Pepper, of course, to taste. I put a good bit on it. And some salt, and that to taste also. And what makes scalloped potatoes scalloped? To me, scalloped potatoes would definitely have to have some cheddar cheese on it. So, this is a good, nice meal, comforting for cold nights. So, I'm probably going to use at least 1 cup, if not more, because I like my cheese. So, this is more like 1.5 cups. It kind of came out fast, but here we go. We're going to put this in. I definitely want to have a lid on this, and I'm going to cook this in my wood/pellet cook stove. So this is going to take a little while to cook, and that's all right because I've got time. All right, so whenever I go to pull this out and also check on it, I'll bring you along, and we will get to the lamb chops here in a little bit. Okay, so I just put my scalloped potatoes in the oven, and now this is for Celsius. It's about 125 Celsius, which is about 250, I'm guessing, on the temperature. Now, normally, if I was cooking this in a regular oven, it would be set at 375 for about an hour. So this may take a little bit longer, but that's all right. Like I said, I have a little bit extra time today. And if I need to, I'll just add a little extra wood. Okay, so this is my rack of lamb. Okay, so what I'm going to do is literally, this is so simple. First thing, I want to get a paper towel to wipe my hands off with. I'm just going to take a little bit of ground up rosemary, whole rosemary, I'm sorry. I'm just going to sprinkle this on and kind of press it in to the lamb. Just kind of space out any of the little needle leaves. My cats are fighting underneath me. And I'm going to take a little bit of ground thyme. Not super ground. So everything's been kind of crushed up a little bit here and there. Just going to sprinkle that on here. And then I'm going to flip it over because right here, you're not going to get a lot of meat. So I'm not going to bother really adding a whole lot of anything to this. Just a little sprinkle here and there. I really want the rosemary to really season it and the thyme on the meaty part of the rib. And as you can see, I have a layer of fat here. And yes, I am going to put the thyme all over it. Now this is just very, very simple. Good little seasoning. For some good rosemary. And, oh, I forgot my salt and pepper. So I'm just going to do a little bit of salt. And now this is pink Himalayan salt, but you can use whatever salt that you have. And a little bit of pepper. I'm just doing on the fatty side. I'm going to wrap this in tin foil and put it back in the oven for a little while. Hopefully I can get an hour before the potatoes are done and everybody's home for dinner. But we'll see. Right, we'll be back. Well, I pulled the potatoes out of the oven and I'm going to add some Velveeta cheese to this. It was probably about 1 cup, maybe not quite a full cup, but I'm just going to chop it up and I'm putting it all over the top of it so it will melt in. This will help thicken the regular cheese, the more natural cheese, and the milk. And I also want to say that I also added a cup of water in with this while it was cooking. And our next up will be some butter. So I've got about 1/4 cup of butter right here. I'm just going to chop that up into some smaller little pieces. Just put them right on here. Now this, what this pot is sitting on, the casserole dish, is actually very hot. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the oven. Just let this all cook down. Be really good. Be a good cheesy, messy item. Okay, and you can always add more salt and pepper to taste. So, there you go. I'm going to get the lid on this and get it back in the oven. And we'll be back in a little bit. I'm about to start the lamb chops. Okay, so lamb ribs, rack of lamb, I guess is what it is, has been in the refrigerator for about 45 minutes. So I'm just going to not let that take off. I'm just going to put this right down there. I'll put the meaty part down first and leave the fat on top. We're going to close this up. Now I'm going to turn this down to kind of 3/4 heat and go from there. Okay, so I pulled this out of the oven and gave it a little bit of mix. All the butter was up on the top. I'm going to put it back in the oven with the lid off of it so it can brown a little bit, and then I'm going to pull it out and let it sit for a few minutes to just thicken up. But my lamb chops are not quite done, or rack of lamb, sorry. But this is going to go back in, and we'll be back. Okay, so let's get this grill open. See what it is doing. Woo! It's cooking awesomely. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring you a little closer, actually, so you can see me better, or see the lamb, the rack of lamb a little bit better. Got a nice little breeze out here. I'm going to flip this over. Now we don't want our rack of lamb cooked too much, but we do want it good and tender. So I'm going to just take a little bit of butter. Yes, in case you haven't figured it out, I do like butter. And we're just going to put it right here. And we're going to close you all up, and we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so I've got the lamb chops off of the grill. I was going to show you this out on the grill, but it got dark. And I don't have a light out there by my grill as of yet. So let's check this out to see if I need to let it cook any longer. If you hear noise in the background, my hubby is dumping pellets into the stove. Let's see, we're going to slice this right down here. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So they were on the grill for about 30 minutes. Okay, hopefully you can see that. It's not burnt. It's just really good. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to get these sliced up and get them up on the up on our plates, not on the porch, dear Lord, up on our plates, and we'll be having some rack of lamb for dinner and some of my homemade canned mint jelly that I made back in 2017. So hang on. Okay, so this is our scalloped potatoes, and what I have back here in the pan for veggie, it's honestly just some peas from the store. It's canned, but that's all right. We're all good. Okay, so I'm going to get this on the plate now, since I showed you all that, and I cannot wait. So this is what my plate looks like, and I'm going to give myself a little bit, cut it up here, so I can do a taste test for you. That's my little dog, Mister. He wants some. That's just absolutely perfect inside. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm going to give myself a smaller bite. Yes, my mouth is watering. I think Mister wants some of it, but he doesn't get any of this. Now remember, all I did was put a little bit of thyme and rosemary on this and cooked it on the grill. And just did a splat of butter. So this is perfect. So let me bring you up so you can see my plate and me doing a taste test. Yum! Okay, here's my plate, and I am getting ready to do a taste test. I can't wait. Oh, I forgot my mint jelly. I'll be back in just 1 second. Oops. Okay, my mint jelly is a little dark. I canned it in 2017. With apples and some of my fresh mint. And the cats keep jumping, so they're bouncing off of something. So that's why the camera keeps shaking. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this, and I'm going to make some more this year. I've got some Mint Planet, or I will be having Mint Planet. But yes, I'm going to put some of this on my lamb, roast of lamb, rack of lamb. Sorry, I keep messing that one up. Now, a lot of people, when you buy the mint jelly in the store, it's green, and that's only because they take apple jelly, add green food coloring to it. I did not add any food coloring to this or anything, but here we go. That was really good. I really like lamb. Okay, now for my scalloped potatoes, very simple. Got some more cheese on them. Butter and cheese, love it. And yeah, I did put some butter on my peas too. But yep, this is my dinner. So there you go. And so that's what's for dinner. All right. Let me wipe my mouth there a little bit. So it was a very simple, easy recipe to do out on the grill and even in the oven. But you could have literally made the potatoes out on the grill too. Very simple. You just have to watch them a little bit more. And remember, like, share, and subscribe. This is Charlie B. What's for dinner? I'm telling you now. And like, share, and subscribe. Charlie B. signing out. I will be talking with you soon.